Thanks for joining me on Saturday the 27th of December 2025. After it finished at Anfield, Liverpool 2, Wolves 1. Another game, another defeat, but that doesn't tell the story. Bottom of the table now, 18 games, 2 points, so just 20 left. And it was a few changes, much changed lineup for Wolves. The starting 11, Wolves, the Wolves starting 11, it started with Sarr. And the Krejci, Santiago Bueno, Mosquera, Hugo Bueno, João Gomez, Andre, Doherty, who was skipper, Wang, Mane and Arakadare. So it was a much changed 11 from the last match. And to be fair, beforehand I thought it was going to be a defeat, obviously like everyone else, but I thought it was going to be more than 2-1. I thought we'd be valiant losers, and so it's proved again. That's 3 away games since Rob Edwards has took over from Vitor Pereira. We lost 1-0 at Villa, valiant losers. We lost 2-1 at Arsenal, valiant losers. We lost 2-1 today, valiant losers. And it's no coincidence that all 3 of our best performances Rob Edwards has took over, they've all been away from home. And credit to Wolves today. At half time it was 2-0, same as it was last season, and we were fearing the worst. We thought every time we've played with Rob Edwards we've been drawing at half time, but this time we're losing, and so we're going to get tonked. But it was 2-0 at half time, same as last season, as I say, away, and the result finished exactly the same. Our goal was scored by Santiago Bueno, and is now, with 2, our top leading scorer in the Premier. What does that tell you about our strikers and the rest of the team? That Santiago Bueno, who hasn't even played a lot of the games, is now our leading scorer with 2. Our strikers, Tolu, although he hasn't started many games, and Jurgen Strand-Larsen, they've both got 1 each, and Larsen's was a penalty against Burnley. But it was good to see Mane starting, and he had a shot on target in the first half. Which was a run from our own half. That was good to see, and we'd like to see Edwards persist with him. But as the game got on, we saw him get caught in possession a couple of times, as we've seen in previous performances, but you can't knock him for that. He's puts in a shift and he does his best. But we held them at bay, Liverpool. Sarr didn't have any saves to make in the first half. We kept him at bay until 41 minutes, and then it was bang bang. The first goal, it was disappointing to see Frimpong get a crossing past Hugo Bueno, and then their player got in between Andre and Gomez. Andre and João Gomez, and he found the corner of the net from about 16 yards, which was a bit disappointing. Disappointing because the fullback Hugo Bueno didn't cut out the cross, and disappointing that their player got between our 2 midfielders. They couldn't stop him. And again, the second one, about a minute later, it was 3 passes straight through the heart of the defence, and Ekitike slipped it through to Wirtz, and he slipped it under our keeper, and he beat Krejci as well at the same time. So half time, 2-0. So that's the first time we've been down at half time since the manager took over. There were no changes at half time, and in the second half we didn't give up, but we had Tolu. He did a good header from a corner, and from the rebound Santiago Bueno poked it in, kind of like he did away at Tottenham. And and I'd have to say that he's probably, along with Mane, our men of the match, but I'd give it to Santiago Bueno in strength of the goal, but kudos to Mane. João Gomez also put in a shift. We used all our substitutes pretty much. Wang and Larsen came on. But Doc and Wang went off after an hour. Mola Wolf and Hugo Bueno. Yeah, was it Hugo Bueno? No, Hugo Bueno. Yeah, Hugo Bueno went off. Mane had another left foot shot in the second half. Tolu had a header from Jackson Chachu across. He should have put it on target, but sadly it went over. Mosquera towards the end went off, and Arias came on, and Arias was thwarted with a last-ditch tackle. Otherwise, he might have got the equaliser by Conor Bradley. Liverpool, their fans were getting nervous towards the end. We put them under a bit of pressure like we did against Arsenal, and it was Liverpool who were hanging on for the draw. We switched from 5-3-2 towards the end to 4-4-2 after the dock went off, and it was interesting to see when Arias came on. He replaced Mosquera, which we had to go for the defeat. We had to go for the goal. Draws are no good for us. So there's 20 games left, 60 points to go. At least, if nothing else, because it means nothing if we don't win our games. But Nottingham Forest lost today in the early kick-off. They got beat by Man City. And Nuno's West Ham, they got beaten by, you guessed it, Raul Jimenez's Fulham. But the next game, I think it's Man United away in the week. And maybe that's a good job because we've been playing better away. Man United, we played them recently when there was the protest at Molineux about a fortnight ago. And next week, it's at home to West Ham. But can we pick up some points? We really need to. We're setting all sorts of dreadful records, which we don't want to see. But it was another game. Valiant losers, defeat. That's how many in a row. It won't do, but whatever happens, we'll keep supporting Wolves. Thanks for watching. Up the Wolves.